Our question for the day is, what's the best advice you ever received as a mom? One of the things that I thought back to was when I was a young mom, and Dr. Stephen Olford was speaking at our church, and his precious wife Heather was speaking to the women's group, and I was in charge of our women's ministry there at the church. And so we were walking out of a meeting together, and I said, Miss Heather, could you tell me what's some good advice? What's the best advice you could give me as a mom? And she hesitated for a moment, and she said, just good habits. Good habits, Sheila. And I thought, good habits, okay. And so as I began to parent, I began to think through what habits did I want to teach my children as they grew to be young men. And so good habits are very important, really, in life. The better habits we have and the more habits that are good that we have in our life, the better off we're going to be as we become an adult. And that was one of the best things that I've heard from somebody advice-wise. The second thing was from my precious mentor, Joyce Yancey. I asked her one day, and she said, start the way you want to finish. And I thought, start the way you want to finish. I thought about it for a while, and I thought, you don't wait until your little girl's 16 years old to teach her about modesty. You start at 2 and 3 and 4 and all the way up, teaching her modesty and how important that is to you and your family and to the Lord Jesus, the way she dresses. You don't start teaching your son how to be a good-mannered young man when he gets to be 15 or 16. You're going to start that early. So you're going to start the way you want to finish. If you don't want an activity to be a part of your child's life when they're a teenager and when they're young adults, teach them the truths as they're young and pliable. So start the way you want to finish. And that helped me so much in so many ways. Those two things, good habits, and start the way you want to finish. And that'll help you a lot as you parent your children. So God bless, and we'll see you next week.